This is the fourth and final titration that I'm hoping to need to do. This is going to be with, again, household vinegar, and I'm using 2.000 milliliters delivered by a volumetric pipette into a beaker with a stir plate, and we added water to it in order to make sure that the bulb of the pH probe was sufficiently covered to get an accurate pH reading. Again, I'm using sodium hydroxide as a titrant, and I'm using the same concentration that we had titrated the week before. I'm starting this time at 20.0 milliliters, and so when I shout this out, I'm going to be giving you the volumes that I end up using. According to the last graph, we ended up noticing, or at least hopefully you noticed, that there was this little bit of a curve at the start before it plateaued. So we're going to do that first increment by 2 milliliter increments, 0.2 milliliter increments. When we get past that curvature, we're going to add it by 1.5 to 1 milliliter increments. And then when we get toward the upturn where it's going through the titration, we'll do it in, again, 0.1 to 0.2 milliliter increments as best as I can control. So before we get started, once again, I'm going to remind you that we're starting at 20.00 milliliters. And that way you know that when I call out 21 or something like that, that we've actually only used 1 milliliter of actual sodium hydroxide. Here we go. We were at 20.0 milliliters. We are now at 20.1 milliliters. $20.2 milliliters. $20.4 milliliters. $20.6 milliliters. $20.8 milliliters. 21.0, 21.2, 21.4, 21.6, 21.8 almost. There's 21.8. 22 milliliters. 22.2. 22.4. 22.6. 22.8, and 23 milliliters. I'm now going to start increasing the volume that I use to 1 milliliter increments for a little while. 24 milliliters. 25 milliliters. 26 milliliters. 27 milliliters. 28 milliliters. 29 milliliters. 30 milliliters. I'm now going to slow it down a little bit and not use as much, so that way we can get a good curve across the actual titration. I'm going to start off with some 0.5 increments and then move to 0.1 or 0.2 increments again when we get closer to the transition. 30.5 milliliters. 31 milliliters. 31.5 milliliters. 32 milliliters. 32.6 milliliters. I missed a little bit. 33 milliliters. 33.2. 33.4. 33.6. 33.8. 34 milliliters. 33.2. 33.4. 33.6. 33.8. 35 milliliters. 35.2. 35.5. 35.6. 35.8. 36 milliliters. 36.2. 36.4. 36.6. 36.8. 37. All right, 37 milliliters. And you'll notice the pH again jumped pretty dramatically. I'm going to adjust the burette slightly so I can actually read the values. Give me a moment, please. All right. $37.5. 38 milliliters. 38.5. 39 milliliters. 39.5. 40 milliliters. All right, that should conclude the weak acid titration of vinegar or acetic acid, 2 milliliters used with the volumetric pipette, titrated with sodium hydroxide that we standardized last week.